I get why Mexicans used to wear those giant sombreros. Or maybe they still do. I don't know. Man, this is great. It's like walking around with a big shade building. Just following me around everywhere. Anyway, I'm here to put this back together now. The other day, I went to town to get some resin. And I figure 1 gallon of resin should do all the repairs because it's really not that much. It's like a bunch of, you know, little connections that I need to fix, but it should not take that much. And an interesting thing happened. Guys, try not to mess with the hole. I need it to stay round. Okay, anyway, when I was in town, I got a gallon of resin, which is in here, with some other stuff, and the price on it is lower than it has been. $17.50, and before I had to do a significant amount of arguing and haggling and negotiating before I got a price down that low. And then I said to the guy who owns the store, I'm like, you know, I'm thinking about making a whole new boat, because I am thinking about it, but I don't really want to buy a full tank of resin. I also don't want to buy like 40 individual gallons. Anyway, I'm talking to the guy, and he's like, oh, you should just get the 5-gallon buckets. And I'm like, what? You have 5-gallon buckets now? He's like, yeah, we get it in 5-gallon buckets. Yeah, the price, I can negotiate them down a little more on the price if I buy 5-gallon buckets instead of single gallons. And this is interesting because I'm thinking about making a new boat. So that boat I'm repairing, it's going to be pretty easy to repair. I have to buy a new battery and charge controller, and you know, I have to redo all the electrical stuff and blah blah. But the fiberglass part is pretty easy to repair. But the downside of that boat is I can't really fit my whole family in it. Well, I can, but not in a way that I would want to drive anywhere further than like half a mile. Like I'll go just around here, but I wouldn't really want to go anywhere in it. And I have my big cargo boat, but that's kind of overkill. And I did have a medium-sized boat, but I sold it to my neighbor for way too little money. But you know, they needed it, and I was like, sure. I kind of wanted to make a new boat. Selling that one got me enough money to, like, I basically sold it for a little bit more than the cost of materials, so I could get new materials. And now the materials are cheaper. Anyway, it's making me think more about building a whole new boat. You know, I've built I think 13 boats since coming to Panama. I mean, 5 of them are kayaks, whatever. I've built a bunch of boats, and you know, I've learned a lot. And every time I build a new boat, it's like better than anything I've done before. So yeah, I think I'm getting closer to just deciding to build a new boat, even though I already have a lot of projects going on right now. Anyway, okay, repairing this boat. I don't know where to start. So I guess I'm just gonna think a journey of 1,000 miles begins with 1 step. So let me just find some easy piece to fix. I'm just gonna start with something easy. And then, you know, once I get going, I'll just blow through the whole thing. Okay, the other side of the boat is really mashed up, but this side really only has, I think these things are fine, right? Yeah, that one's strong. Still nice and attached. So the only thing that happened on this side is these things got ripped out of the pontoon over here. So I think it's this one. It's the one that did not get damaged. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this one. So all I have to do to get this one totally functional again is remount those back in there. You know, fix the part that ripped out. This one I can't pull out. It's, I don't know. Come on, get back up. All right. I mean, it's not made to come out that way anyway. Get out of here, Ant. So I'll take this screw out, pull these off, and then it'll come out. These things have held up really well. The stainless steel in the salt water. It's been like 8 years. A little bit of surface rust, but that's pretty good. Screw came out no problem. Also stainless steel. This is 304 stainless steel, so it's not even marine grade. It's doing very well. All right, which one goes here? I don't know if it even matters. Oh yeah, it matters because I want the hole lined up. Well, that looks like the right one. It's in there pretty good. All right. Of course, I do still need to repair this part. Even with that broken, they stay in pretty well, but I need to have full strength. And for this, I need 2 hands. All right, camera, go away. All right, I think I got those right. I can see right through the holes. This side seems totally fine. This side, we've got the blowout. So, I gotta rip that piece off. That's not hanging out very well. Yeah, take some of this off here. That part looks all right. And then just file it, sand it around, get the paint off so I can put some new fiberglass around the whole thing there. Make sure I get some extra here. Fiberglass is such an amazing material. Like, I carried this whole thing over here with one hand. It's not heavy at all. And like, it survived a mighty strong impact, enough to rip this out, but the main structure of the whole thing is fine. And it's been in the water, well, not in the water the whole time, but in and out of the water for 8 years. And it's just really incredible material. Alright, the rest of that seems pretty strong. This is a piece of sandpaper I wrapped around a PVC pipe to do some curves on a kayak, but looks good for this. Ugh. Okay, you know what I was just saying about how awesome fiberglass is? Fiberglass dust sucks. Alright, that was a nice reminder of the worst part of fiberglassing. Sanding. Yeah. Let's get like 3 pieces in that hole. Those will overlap around a little bit. What do I need? 1 going all the way around? Yeah, I think that'll do it. Maybe I'll make it wrap around twice. All right, let's see how that is. Yeah. Okay. Mix up a little bit of resin, get it in there, jiggle that around so it gets all the way in. Then dab these on with bits of resin, and then slowly get this guy around. All right, I do have a bit of older resin, just like maybe 1/8 of a gallon, and mixing up a little to make sure it still works. Okay, like 10 minutes later. Beautiful. Okay, I can use that one. Still a little flexible, but when it doesn't work, it doesn't harden at all. Come on, bubbles, get all the bubbles out. Leave that out in the sun to cure the resin faster, because it cures faster in sunlight. And I guess I'll go get some more pieces. Alright, this is the pontoon that took most of the impact when I got hit. So right up front here, it looks like the front got punched in, cracked here. Yeah, it's kind of mush now. And then a lot of red paint all the way down here. The other boat was red. This part is, yeah, there's like It's not cracked right through, but you know, it's soft, like the resin's been cracked up and the fiberglass is just holding it together. I don't need to go get my drill for this. I mean, it's, yeah, I think that's open enough. Any water can get out of there. Okay, let's tip it up. Alright, we're getting a bit of water out of there. You have to tip it up a little bit more. So that's at the lowest point. Alright, I gotta leave that for at least a day. Let anything drain out of it. Hold on, I got a better spot to put it. Yeah, just leaning on the lumber mill. And it's under a roof in case it rains. Don't get stuck. What are you stuck on? Don't be stuck. Okay. Okay, whatever this is, the number 4 with the top piece. That's in the front. 4 in the front. 4 in the front. Front piece, yes. Okay, let's stand. And then the little nub is the back piece. Okay, that's not so bad. Connect this guy there, fix that crack down there, and then there. Oh, but I gotta sand the paint off everywhere I want to fix. Ah! Well, this one's going pretty well. I haven't sanded anything yet. I just put some resin where the cracks were because there was so much frayed fiberglass. I just used that to kind of, you know, glue the pieces back together. And then, yeah, once that's dry, you know, sand off this whole area and put some new sheets of fiberglass over all the cracks. Oh, crap. Now I can't get to the other one because I don't want to move this and it's on there. Oh, all right. I think maybe it's time for a snack. That's looking pretty good. Nice. All right, I just need to put a bit of patchiness over them. All right, this was the really beat up one. Great. Okay, this is gonna be pretty easy to fix these things up. I'm just gonna get an angle grinder out and get the paint off these, clean them up real quick. Oh, is that rain? Oh no. I hear rain. Oh no. Alright, angle grinder made quick work of those. Other than some sanding when those cure, they should be good. Oh, some sanding and some painting. This guy's looking pretty good. I have to file off some of this. Okay, the last fiberglass thing is this guy. I'm sure it stopped dripping by now. It's funny, there's still a wet spot down there. That's still moist. Yeah, I need this completely dry before I can work on it. Yeah, I'll leave this out in the sun. Ooh, the sun came out, nice. Should help dry it out a little bit. And I lost one of these. My cap on this one. There's no cap on it anymore. I have another one in my house somewhere. So those actually were really easy to do. Painted them orange, obviously. Got one drying out here. The other two are on the boat. And since I was painting, oh yeah, I finished these things too. I gotta get the paint off the steel part here. I'll just scrape that off with something later. But yeah, I'm just painting these orange. Not for any particular reason. I had to paint them anyway. I mean, obviously I have to paint where I did the repairs, but you know, there were spots where the paint was rubbed off, so I'm just repainting the whole things. I had orange. I don't know if I'll leave it orange. I can always paint more paint over it if I want to change the color, but yeah, maybe I'll go with orange. I don't know. Either way, I just want to get a bunch of layers of paint on it because that protects the fiberglass. Because pretty much the only thing other than disastrous events that destroys fiberglass is the sun. So if you have bare fiberglass out in the sun, it'll get brittle and start falling apart. But as long as you keep a good layer of paint on it, it just lasts pretty much forever.